Hey, I think it's the 14th of January. I mean, the month is already half gone. It's a Wednesday today, just hang on here. Yeah, the 14th. I've been having last week off and this week off from work. I've been using the time to get my YouTube channel, my Project Goshen, get it ship shaped, and open a Twitter account, and trying to get exposure on the using both the Twitter account and the YouTube channel to point people toward the website the Lord gave me, projectgoshen.com, and I need to get there to start revamping it. And since having read what the angel told Sadhu Sundar Silvaraj there last fall, I think last November of 2014, when he carried him into the spirit to Europe, then showed him Germany, and where he saw this black, dark smoke rise up out of Germany. The angel of the Lord said that this is where the spirit of Antichrist is rising up, and it's going to generate another Holocaust that's going to make the Holocaust years ago seem like nothing. It's going to be like child's play, and there's a reason why God is, the Lord actually gave the word of the Lord came to Sadhu in the vision where God commanded that His people, that His church, take the steps to build places of refuge, you know, cities of refuge, villages of refuge, not just for themselves, but for the Jewish remnant that's going to come in, because this is the time that in one day God's going to bring in Israel. God's going to graft in Israel. Their eyes are going to be opened up, and they're going to come to the truth. And the Jews all around the world are going to come to the Lord, and they're going to be hated. And so God's will is not for them to perish. It's not for us to perish. And God's plan is for all of Israel to be saved. And if we stay in the cities, we our only salvation is to lose our heads literally and to become a martyr. Not saying that there's nothing wrong with that. There's many that's going to give their lives as martyrs. But God's greater plan is to raise up a young people. The God's about to pour out His fire now to release the seraphims, and they're going to come in. What? Okay, I'm looking at my camcorder there. It's not doing what I want it to do. Okay, right about there. So, once I, you know, found where the the angel show said who was coming, and where God commanded, and He gave a command for His churches to quit playing church and quit building buildings, and start to invest their time and their finances into building these places of safety. I forget, someone told me that in one year that the churches in America spend upwards of $1 billion just making their buildings bigger and more fancier. And it's not going to help them when all their buildings close down, when the government shuts them down, when the Antichrist rises up and shuts them down. Within these next 7 years, things are going to tighten up, and it's going to be next to impossible to survive in the cities. It's going to be actually the most terrible times in all history that we're coming into. And this is the reason for making the videos, I've been working on these places of refuge design since 1988, and I first experienced what community is like back in 1975 with the Church of Christ in Boston Bar, British Columbia. And in 1981, 84, and 86, the Lord sent me on three uh, trips across Canada. You know, first one was by skateboard, and the second one was uh, by bike. I forget what the third one was. But anyway, I ended up meeting people in Ontario, Nupsala, Ontario, who were part of the uh, Sam Fife in time farms. And so the Lord got my feet wet as far as community is concerned. And these people have been ready, but they had 40 years to try different things out to see what works. And right now, most of these end time farms are just a lot of them are closed up because the young people lost the vision and they went back into the cities. But I tell you, we're going to have to get the vision back for the end times and for survival and to get out of the cities. If we stay in the cities, we're going to pay the price. That's the bottom line. And God has already given His command. The Lord said that we need to invest our time, our resources, because they don't belong to us. Our time and the money that we have saved and all that, if we have any, doesn't belong to us. It belongs to the Lord. And God is saying to use His finances, to use our time to invest in getting these places of refuge off the ground. And I think for this book that the Lord commissioned me to write, I want to get mind blanks. Cities of light, places of refuge. I'm probably going to use the 16-acre cogen micro community as the building block. And I don't know if I can be able to show this to you or not. These are okay. I'm gonna have to turn the cam a little bit. Years ago, maybe 10 years ago, I put a collage together of a lot of this work that God gave me over the years. That's Sister Hazel in Bangs, Texas. Actually, that's where the angel of the Lord came to me and gave me the 7 open visions of the destruction of the west coast of North America. And here is you can't see it all that well. Okay, come here, you. Here is the picture that the Lord gave me that I drew on the wall, and it's called Project David, and it stands for a diversified approach visualizing isometric dwelling. The Lord gave me that name. So this layout here is a macro layout covering 3,456 acres. You could have many communities in this 5-mile square area. And there will be communities like this going up. And so I'm just gonna kind of flip through this quickly. It's not the best way. I need that screensaver. So as far as I've got this over the years, this is more or less a progression, like a history. So you're looking at thousands of hours over the course of years to make all these monograms. And wouldn't you like to live in a place like that? It'd be beautiful. I know in the times coming in the millennium there will be places like that. And so it's not like I'm new to this. Been doing this for 20, 30, 20, 30 years. These are some of the internal layouts, like the building blocks. So, I got, lots of stuff. And I need a way to be able to show it up on YouTube to get it out to the Church of God worldwide, not just in the Americas. These places need to go up everywhere. But in order to make them work, you need a starting point, and that's why I'm thinking I'm gonna use the cogen community micro community concept to display that on. It's gonna be part of the cities of light, places of refuge, and from that I can make the different manuals. And I don't work on this stuff all the time. Only the Lord gives me time and opportunity. Like I was saying, I had this week and last week off, and I've been doing what I can to get things organized. And so I'm hoping that the next couple of days uh, we'll finally come up with screen capture software that's going to work for me, because they're not all the same. And what's going on here? I was moving my mouse, and okay, screen is going out. So that's the next step, and so the videos that I've done with the various micro community designs and macro community designs, I'll do them again, and I could probably, that way you get more of a understanding of what's happening, and from there I'm going to have to actually download GIMP 2.0, 2.0 or whatever. That's what I usually use to draw out the programs, and I usually upload some kind of isometric template, then put that into GIMP, and from that I make the monograms. And I think with the proper software, screen saving software, I'll be able to show you in detail, how to do these isometric drawings, and to lay out the various grids to do the survey work. Yeah, this is all new to me, but it needs to be done. And like I was saying, that may well be entering into the time of Jacob's troubles come this fall. And so things are going to tighten up in what we do that we need to do now. And I know in my spirit that if we do nothing to help provide shelter, food, shelter, and supplies and all that for the Jewish believers when the Lord draws them in, that we're putting the rope around our own neck, that God's not going to look after us. The whole thing about a community is giving. Max, quiet. And the God's going to bring in this Jewish remnant, and we need to be ready. And because they're part of our family. Okay, this is Joshua Taylor coming to you from here in Edmonton, Canada, and I got my supper on, so I better go eat here.